Hi Taurus. Thanks for joining me for your February 2017 Astro Tarot forecast. My name is Audrey Alison, and I'll be using the Morgan Greer Tarot deck for this month's reading. And if you didn't catch it, please check out the yearly reading that I did on the new moons. I covered all of the new moons of 2017, as well as all of the eclipse patterns and our Mercury retrogrades. And I did a 12-card tarot spread with that. So check that out when you have time. I use this deck, and I'll be shuffling during the Astro forecast. Let's get to it. On February 3rd, we have a Venus transit into the sign of Aries. And she has an extended visit here, and I'm going to go over the dates. I'm not mad at this at all. In fact, your 12th house is going to be harmonized fully. Your subconscious mind is going to be soothed, Taurus, because on the 3rd of February through March 4th, Venus is in this 12th house of rest and psychic ability and the house of release and calm. Now, Venus retrogrades on the 4th of March, and on April 4th, heads into Pisces, so exits this 12th house back into the 11th house, where you have a harmonious review of your friendships for 24 days, from the 4th of April through the 24th of April. And then Venus is back into Aries to continue a full 30-degree transit through this sector from the 28th of April through June 6th. So accumulatively, from February 3rd through April 4th, and then from April 28th through June 6th, you have Venus in your 12th house. Your dreams, you're dreaming of romantic connections, you're attracted, you're having a lot of sexual dreams just because Venus is like the attractive energy in the 12th house of sleep and rest. You could be dreaming of romantic partners from the past. Maybe not sexual, that would be more Mars, but I do think since all of this energy is conjunct Uranus in Aries, that it could be some unexpected love dreams in there as well. And this is all opposing Jupiter in the 6th house of health and well-being. So it's almost crucial, Taurus, that you do get your rest, because recuperative rest in the 12th house is going to impede the health. If you don't get it, you'll see the 6th house start to become unbalanced. The opposition between Jupiter and Venus conjunct Uranus, there needs to be a balance between the health and well-being and the rest. It's all tied in. You can't really feel your best and run on a full tank with only 5 hours sleep. So I'm thinking Taurus really needs to hibernate as much as you can. Maybe not so much like hide out from everyone, but get your rest. It's really important for you. Now, on the 7th of February, Mercury, the planet of communications, enters the sign of Aquarius, and this ignites the 10th house. This is also trining Jupiter in the 6th house of work. So interviewing, details, resumes, public speaking, writing, all through from the 7th through the 25th, Mercury's in this area, trining Jupiter. Very expansive for career development. Hearing, which is Mercury, hearing of new work in the 10th house. Hearing from a father that maybe you haven't heard from in a while, or just hearing from the paternal in general might be expanded. Maybe he's calling you more and more in that time period, Taurus, for those of you who that applies. On the 10th, now it's eclipse season, Taurus, so on the 10th of February, we have a full moon lunar eclipse at 22 degrees of Leo. So having this fixed sign like you are affected, this is going to square you in the 4th house of home. There's some tension in this eclipse for Taurus. There's also a release and closure with the full moon. Putting an end to a home environment if you're looking to move. This could easily be eclipsed out of the picture for you. I say eclipsed out because the full moon brings an ending. Now, I want you to remain aware. Oh, wow. Okay, I see. For some of you Taurians, and this comes through as a message because I never prepare these forecasts, and looking at the astrology, it's very current. Within the minute of getting the dates down, I'm doing the recording. So what I wanted to say is earlier, do you remember when I said maybe you're hearing from your father a lot more? Well, on the 10th, the full moon lunar eclipse in the 4th house of home could see some of you release a mother at this time, meaning for those ailing mothers, for those of you dealing with a mother who has been ill or very old. I don't, of course, wish this on anybody, and my heart and my thoughts and prayers go out to you if you have a mother who is sick. Full moon could see a release at this time, and maybe that is why the father is in such contact 3 days prior, was the message that came through, that you'll be hearing a lot from dad. Now, for some of you who that doesn't apply to, but you're looking to move on from the environment, maybe you're the selling of a property that the house you knew when you were younger, where you come from, your foundation. There could be a closure here. Maybe the home property is selling, and the father is communicating this. The mother's selling it, something like that. Your roots, there's a closure to part of your roots and the foundation with a full moon eclipse in the 4th. On the 18th of February, the sun enters Pisces, and 7 days later on the 25th, Mercury is finished with Aquarius and enters Pisces as well. So the sun conjunct Mercury in the 11th house of goals, wishes, friendships, communications with the 11th house of friendships, clubs, social energy on the 25th going outward. Now the 26th, we have our second eclipse of the month, the new moon solar eclipse at 8 degrees of Pisces in this 11th house. New friendships being eclipsed in, new social clubs and organizations that you're now affiliated with coming into the end of Pisces, or end of February, in the sign of Pisces. For you, Taurus. It's a mouthful, these forecasts. So eclipsed energy in the 11th house, new goals, new wish fulfillment. Jupiter is retrograde the entire month. He retrogrades at 23 degrees of Libra, back 10 degrees to the 13 degree mark, going direct on June 9. And he's in Libra still through October 10th. Your health, Taurus, cannot be complained about. I really hope those of you are healing who've been ill. You've got Jupiter in the health sector. You've also accumulated a lot of pets because Jupiter in the 6th can see you still rescuing or accumulating animals and pets through the 10th of October. How sweet. It's important to save our animals. So this is also affecting the work. Jupiter retrograde isn't negative. It's a slow disbursement of abundance in the work sector, in the health sector, in the relationship with siblings. I'm sorry, not siblings. I'm thinking 3rd house. In the relationship with pets, but also the relationship with health practitioners, doctors, getting your tribe together, aligning your health tribe is important, Taurus. Let's get to the cards. I'm thoroughly shuffled. And if you'd like to read with me, I'm at audreyalison.com. I read all through the week. This is my sole profession. And I'm excellent at what I do. And I love what I do. So please select your desired reading length via the PayPal button on my website, audreyalison.com. And I'll get back to you in a few days with an email to give you some times to set that up. Okay, Taurus, your first card, 4 of Cups. You know, I can't help but think of the 4th house where I was talking about the mother. And this is a card of sadness, and it's a card of maybe releasing depression. And see how that cup is, the hand of God is handing over this chalice to this person. Maybe some medication, drink this, you'll feel better. Okay, that's a message. Sounds so much like Alice in Wonderland. Drink this, you'll feel better. Maybe some of you you've had sadness, maybe you have to deal with an ailing mother. And maybe you're caretaking in the 4th house. Maybe it's not about the passing, but you need to tell them to drink this, you'll feel better. So maybe there's nurturing Taurians who are caretaking right now. And the cups are emotional. 6 of coins. Ooh, see the Libra scales right here? That's about Jupiter in the sign of Libra. In the 6th house of work, in the 6 of coins. Oh my God. Okay, I'm shaking. I get such like chills about it. Okay, so what? Jupiter's in your 6th house of work, and that's the sign of Libra, and he's holding scales. Get to work. Your earnings are going to pick up, and maybe in order to get rid of some of this emotional sadness that starts out the reading, you have to stay focused. Jupiter's in your work sector. You've got work to do. He's handing over coins to people who need them. You've got extra money, Taurus. You're gonna have money to give away. Okay. Lovers, major arcana card, sex, lust, attraction. Where's your sex at? Okay, 8th house isn't lit up, but you can always attract. The Lovers is the sign of Gemini. So, Gemini is the sign that governs your 2nd house of finances, money. Perhaps some of you are in a lover's triangle, just throwing that out there. I know it's not really where this reading was headed with the emotional cups and the work, but to have the Lovers come in, you could have an attraction at work. There could be some kind of boss, 10th house, maybe intrigue, maybe a little affair action, Taurus. 7 of Wands. Now, I don't recommend affairs, especially if you're married, but you got to do what you got to do when you're just dating. So if you're interested in somebody, I'm not going to try to tell anybody to cheat on people. I mean, gosh, I learned my lessons when I was a young girl. But we all make mistakes when you're younger. When you're older, you have no excuses, so please choose wisely. But the 7 of Wands says that you're up against some competition. So, and you're fending off some competitors, whether this is in business, because the fire, the wands, the stabs, the batons, it's all the same thing represented in this card, means that people are jockeying for position. This guy's fending off people that are coming after what he's holding in his hand. And that staff is phallic. So there could be people after your man, or there could be people after your creative endeavors. So you've got to remain at work and steadfast. For those of you who are in some kind of trine, some relationship trine, the best way out of this is to pour yourself into your work. Because your work is so lit up and your goals, it's all about your 10th and 11th house and your 12th house. That sector of your chart, and please watch your ascendant. That sector of your chart is really where you need to focus right now. This Lovers thing could be just a distraction, a detractor, something that's not really meant to manifest. It could also be something that's just keeping you emotional. Maybe someone from the past, from your hometown, your home environment, some old school Facebook, high school situation could be happening that is absolutely just a distraction. And let them go. Focus on this, because this is what's going to make you the happiest. Jupiter in your 6th house. Wait for Jupiter to enter your 7th house after October 10th. That's when your relationship's going to be on, like Donkey Kong. All right, Taurus. Thanks for joining me. I'm wishing you a sweet February. And remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.